Good evening, everybody, and thank you for being here with me. I'm Paul Gowder from PowWows.com, and I've got a lot to tell you about tonight. There's so much going on this week. So I'm going to tell you about a new thing we just announced in partnership with the Gathering of Nations. We are going to have a virtual Gathering of Nations coming up next weekend, so stay tuned to hear all about that. We've got some viral videos that I want to show you that have been going crazy all over the web. And let's see what else. We've got a Pendleton blanket that came in that we're going to be giving away. And if you keep watching, I've got a special bonus code just for you all watching that I'll give you that gives you extra entries in that. And a whole bunch more. Oh, and we got some free coloring sheets and an interview with the artist that created them. So sit back and we will tell you all about that and more coming up in just a minute. Okay, so let's get right to it. We have announced in partnership with the gatheringofnations.com on April 24th and 25th, we're going to be having the virtual experience for Gathering of Nations. This is a free event online. It'll be streaming on PowWows.com, on Gathering of Nations, on the Gathering Nations Facebook page, on PowWows.com Facebook page, and on YouTube. So anywhere you want to watch it, we will be live. It is going to be the footage from last year's gathering streamed, including some other stuff we're going to put in there. But more importantly, we want everybody to experience gathering together again on that same weekend, and all of us connect and kind of share in that moment. But more importantly, we're also going to be raising money for some of the tribes and other organizations that need help during this time. So be sure to watch that next weekend, April 24th and 25th. We're going to be streaming the powwow and stage 49. And since we can't be together for real, hopefully this will be almost as good. So stay tuned for that. We will have, there's links, by the way, in the description up above. There's links for everything I'm going to talk about tonight. So go check out the link for the virtual Gathering of Nations. All right, that was the first thing. Now let me tell you about this special contest we've got going on. Who wants to see a blanket? This thing is awesome. This is the blanket we're actually going to give away. It just came in the mail. I just opened it up today. Here it is. Let me switch back over to here. All right, here it is. It is called Point Raise. Yes, Point Raise. Here's how it looks, and here's the reversed side. There's that. Love the pinks and greens. This is an awesome blanket. So please go check that out and enter to win. And I just dropped that, sorry. And there is the link to enter right there, www.powwows.com/win. And in just a few minutes, I will give you a bonus code that gives everybody watching an extra 25 entries into the contest. All right, so cool. So cool. I'll see a couple of questions, and thanks everybody for watching. There are a ton of people already online. I see them from all over the world. That is awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am in Lexington, South Carolina. So thanks for asking. Beverly, hello, good evening. Hello, everybody. Wisconsin is watching. British Columbia. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Okay, so let me see here. Let me pull that down. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about, really important issue for all of us here in the United States. And I know we all are under some tough times right now, and I hope everybody is safe and their families are well. While you're at home, please make sure if you're in the United States to take time to fill out your census. PowWows.com has partnered with the 2020 census this year to help raise awareness and get more people involved in filling out their census. If you haven't gotten your form yet, go check online or look for that soon. There are ways you can complete it online, by phone, or in person. They are going to be doing in-person interviews later this summer. They have postponed that a little bit due to all that's going on. But it is super important. I've said this a couple times on the show, but I want to reiterate it. Indian country in 2010 was undercounted by over 5%. And that's the Census Bureau saying that. That's nobody, they said it themselves. They undercounted the native population in this country by more than 5%, more than any other demographic they counted. We have to get that better this time. We cannot miss out on those federal dollars. the appropriations that will come of that for the next 10 years, and how they're going to do representation on a local, state, and federal level. Be sure to be counted. Fill out your census as complete as you can. We have links on PowWows.com if you have questions about how to fill out your census, or if you need help. Please email me and let me know, and I will get you in touch with the right people. Okay, so there is that. All right, so next thing, I do want to show you a couple of videos. Yeah, Dr. B, I see you're saying they always undercount. I know it's been a problem, and the Census Bureau admits that, and they have worked hard in 2010 and this year, working with tribal officials and working within the tribes to get a better count. They're doing the best they can, but they're going to need our help. So let's make sure we help them out. So if you haven't been on the web lately, which I'm sure we all have because we're all stuck at home with nothing else to do except to watch YouTube videos and TikTok videos, and oh Lord, it's just a rabbit hole you go down. But there have been some amazing content created, and I wanted to share a couple of those with you tonight. If you look in the description, we have a link, and we're going to try to collect these videos every week and publish them on PowWows, or put the links out on PowWows.com so you can see that. This week, the videos that I loved was, and I'll show just a couple of clips of these. If anybody saw the Pass the Brush Challenge, and if anybody here did one, let me know. I'd love to see it. So I'll play a couple of the, or just a little bit of these. These things were incredible. How cool is that? Love that. Love the kids getting involved. Here's another one that got a ton of attention. Again.
Just waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful.
All right, some Choctaw girls getting involved there. Yes, Judith, these are super sweetie pies, aren't they? Love it. Love seeing these. And congrats to the parents for helping these ladies out doing this. All right, so here's another one that was awesome this week. And one more that we found that we loved this week, and there are tons and tons more of these. This is just okay. So those were just a couple of the videos that we found this week that we thought were pretty awesome. Let me close my browser because it's still playing videos. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're going to try to collect these because there's just some amazing creators out there doing some awesome stuff. Just go search PowWow videos on TikTok. I promise you a couple hours later when you get up from the chair, you will have enjoyed some awesome creations. So congrats to all the people out there doing it. Super cool. So another thing, I've got so much to tell you tonight, so sorry if I'm kind of scattered. So if you haven't seen, check out the new shirt. Well, old design, but I finally ordered one for myself. This was a design we did with names of about 30 different tribes on it, and one of our newest designs, I got this in too. Check that one out. We have these on sale so that you can get stocked up and ready when powwow season does start, and it's going to start eventually, hopefully sooner than later. So there's a link in the description for 15% off. These are on sale through the end of April, so check that out, please. I would appreciate that. And I know not everybody can do it right now. I understand. If you can, I appreciate the support. So, yeah, I'm loving this color too. Usually wear blacks, but this actually looks pretty good. My wife said I looked good in this color. All right, so another thing I wanted to show you tonight. So, like I said, there's been some amazing creations, and saw on Facebook this artist posted some, well, shared her artwork. Let me show you. She did a series of these prints of different dancers, and these are people that she knew. She is a photographer and artist up in Wisconsin, and so she had done these kind of these posters, and with the whole thing that's going on and us not being able to have powwows, she decided to create some other things for people, and so she kind of turned some of these things into coloring pages. There's a link in the description, and you can download these for free. She's giving them away and just wants everybody to share these and enjoy them, and be a little educational about some of the dance styles, but also just another way for us to feel connected back to the culture. So let me play her interview, and I do appreciate her doing this, and creating this incredible coloring sheets for all of us to enjoy. All right, so take a look at her interview.
All right, and so I'm excited today to have Jamie Penny Ritter with us. She has been sharing some of her art in the Social Distancing Powwow Facebook group, and she has some amazing things, and we wanted to bring that to you all and share it with you too. So Jamie, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about where you're from and kind of how you got started with your artwork.
Well, I live pretty much as far north in Wisconsin as you can get. The Lake Superior is about 5 miles from my house, and so I live really close to the Apostle Islands National Lake Shore. I've been a graphic designer for, oh gosh, I don't even want to say how long, and a photographer for longer. But I started a travel poster series about 6 years ago that kind of looks like that WPA style, a little bit Art Deco. People really, I mean, it's one of those styles that, no matter how many decades pass, people are really excited to see it. So I started doing that locally for some of the popular landmarks around the islands in the Bayfield Peninsula and Duluth Superior area. And for a change of pace, I needed to go take pictures. And so I went to a powwow at Red Cliff. And I was so inspired by the dancing and the regalia and just the beauty and the history of it all. I thought, what a great way to maybe bring a little education to my crowd of people about powwows.
That's awesome. And now you were up there. I mean, you're right in the middle of several good powwows up there.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I guess, can you show us some of those prints? I know you got a couple that are pretty cool.
Now these are all based off of photos I take at powwows. And so I tend to include some of my friends. So this is an example of my fancy shawl and a grass dancer. And then my jingle dress dancer, who's actually, she's a classmate of my daughter, and they're currently in 8th grade. So she was one of the first ones I did. And then my traditional men's. And I think I'm short. No, I got them both. I have up here, this is the woodland style, right, or old timey men's. And then a woman in a traditional buckskin dress with a lot of fringe. Most of the patterns, I believe, are Ojibwe, just because that's the area I'm in, and that's what I know.
Those are awesome. I love that style. Yeah, that old, it's almost kind of reminds me, I'm trying to think of some of the artists back then, but yeah, it gives you that kind of yesterday feel. I love that. That's cool. And so you've also made some things available, some coloring sheets.
I did, ever since we got locked down, because Wisconsin's been locked down, oh gosh, I think we're going on week 4. I haven't really been inspired to create new things. And I think that's mainly because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I created that during the pandemic, and I may actually have to start making new things because we've been doing this for so long. But I thought, well, maybe I can take my existing designs and release them locally for kids and groups to color. And it started with the travel posters, and then I thought, well, it's such a great learning tool. I have to do the regalia ones too. So I did the regalia series in a row and put it on the social distancing powwow page for people to share.
Very cool. And we'll have a link to that so everybody can go and download those and fill those in. Those are really cool. Now, your regular art, you talk about your travel series. Yeah, tell me more about that and kind of some of those areas you've been featuring.
Well, the South Shore of Lake Superior is not the sexy shore of Lake Superior. Most people think about Minnesota and the North Shore because it's such a dramatic, and it is definitely a beautiful place to visit. But we've got sandy beaches and less traffic, so I like to stay down here as much as possible. But when the original WPA posters were created in the 30s, Apostle Islands National Lakeshore wasn't formed yet. And so nothing in Wisconsin got that treatment. And there's been a resurgence lately of that style, of the WPA style. And I'm up here and I've got a kind of like a corner on my market because there's not a lot of people doing illustration specifically up here. And so it kind of grew. I just did a spreadsheet because I don't remember when I do them anymore. I have to put dates on them, or I completely, like I did that a year or 6 years ago. I don't know. And so I kind of tracked on how many I had made. And, you know, the first year I was still working, so I only did 4. And the second year I was shocked to find out I think I'd only done 1. So I must have been really busy at my full-time job. But, you know, last year I did, I think 30 public ones, and I do a lot of private commissions too. So I've really swapped and you know, now this is my full-time gig. I get to draw what I want, when I want. The only approval I need is the daughter and the husband. The son is like, everything's great, I don't care. So he's really bad about giving critiques. But the daughter is pretty brutal about her critiquing.
That's awesome. That's a great to hear that you've been able to make that full time. That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really cool. Do you have any of the posters here that you can share? The travel ones? Those are cool.
Anything on my back wall? Oh, it's all my photography. This is one of my very first ones. And so this is Apostle Islands below. And then in the winter, very, very rarely now, we get ice caves where it's these gigantic ice caves along the lake.
Wow.
It didn't freeze this year so well, so we didn't get them. And then people really enjoy some of my boats and yachting. And then I do some really, you know, I call them my legends of the Northwoods, and they're pretty much, they feel like they could happen anywhere in the Midwest. So ice fishing is really popular here, and because I'm up in Ojibwe lands, I've actually added some of the native language so people can see that, you know, oh, what's that? They never really consider native cultures up here, and so I kind of make them consider it pretty hardly. And then I just, whatever, you know, floats my fancy is what I'm drawing next.
Those are so awesome. Love that style. That is really cool. And so where can people find your art online?
Online, my website is bemused, BEMUSED posters, POSTERS.com. I have a couple different websites because I seem to have a lot of pots on the stove because I do wedding photography as well, but that is my main gig now is bemusedposters.com.
Cool. We'll make sure we get that posted, link posted on this too. All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing your art and putting those out in the social distancing powwow. You know, we're all feeling a little disconnected now, and it's great that you were able to share something that's educational but also fun and kind of make us feel a little bit of the powwow here at home. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. It's been really interesting to watch where they go because I just put them out for people, but the amount of educational groups that have asked for them, especially Canadian ones, I don't know why that is. I got a lot of requests from Canada. but they're going through communities, and it's really great. I know when I have them, I do art shows is part of where I have my income. I do a lot of art shows, and I always put some out because they draw attention, and people never fail to ask, because I think a lot of people are intimidated by powwows. And after being, after being even to one, it's like, this is the best community event in this country, hands down, between just the community spirit and the history and just the welcoming atmosphere. I would much rather go to a powwow than like a county fair. It's it makes me happy. And usually I would go for an hour or two, and I set up my tent to sell prints one time. So I got to see the course of a whole day. And I don't think people realize all the different things that go on a powwow. And I'm sure it's, for me, it's northern Wisconsin, but I'm sure it's everywhere. It's, getting ready and dancing and cheering your friends and family on, and then having a meal and taking a break and then coming back and dancing all night. I don't think there's anything like it. And I think everyone should go.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Cool. Well, thank you again for sharing that. That was really cool. And we'll have all the links so everybody can download those and visit your website. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, so again, I appreciate her sharing those with us. If you are interested, again, go and check them out in our links up above. Again, here are the posters that she done. I believe those are for sale on her website too. And then the link for the coloring sheets is right here at the top of her website, and you can go and download those and share them. Hey, and these aren't just for kids. They're good for anybody who is at home looking for something to do. These are awesome. And so I saw a couple of comments come in while we were watching the interview. Krista, yes, I'm going to miss seeing you this year at Gathering. Hopefully we can meet up somewhere else along the way this year. Donnie from Australia, awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Edie, glad you got invited, and thank you for joining the show. That's really cool. I try to do them every Thursday night. Sometimes I don't make it. And I'm trying to do them more often too, now that we are all at home and missing powwows. But anyway, so that is, I believe that's everything I wanted to tell you about. So just to recap, for all of you that are still here, contest going on, www.PowWows.com/win for this Pendleton blanket right here. We're giving that away. And for everybody watching, please enter that bonus code and you get an extra 25 entries. Don't forget to fill out your census if you're in the U.S. Our virtual Gathering of Nations will take place the 24th and 25th of April. So visit that, and I hope I will see all of you online for that. We'll be streaming Stage 49 and the Gathering of Nations. Got some cool things going to happen for that. I'm looking forward to spending the day with you there. And go check out the coloring sheets. All the links are up above. Anyways, so thanks everybody. I hope you and your family are staying safe. And I hope we will get back to normal soon. Not before this is all done. Let's not go back too early. But we will get through this, and we're going to get through it together. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm Paul Gowder with PowWows.com, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Good night.